My name is Jay, and I love jigsaw puzzles, although I have never noticed anything special about them, other than one of them on its garden, which had pieces that look like bizarre, or until a few months ago. I know what you're thinking. Is this the start of the edgy creepypasta that is not scary? Well, I'd say no. This story is not edgy, but strange. Very, very strange. Stranger than the deep inside of YouTube. I know, you seem to be uninterested, but hear me out. This was an interesting experience, for me at least. It all started on the 26th of September. I was finally 17. Was I happy about it? Not really. I didn't like the idea of growing up, but I had no choice but to get older. I crawled out of bed and stared at my finished jigsaw puzzle that took me 3 months to finish. But now I feel like everything on my bucket list. I stared at Kermit's empty tank and wanting to throw up, remembering his death, feeling like it was my fault. It was not my fault, but my stepmother's. You were a good frog. I'm so sorry you got sick. And Mommy refused to take you to a vet. After crying for a bit, I got myself together, needing to get over my pet's death. I distracted myself by playing on my phone for a bit, but I got bored out of that too, and my stepmother decided to take my phone away for being too loud, even though I was pretty much muted. I figured that I needed something new, maybe a new puzzle, but I had no new puzzles that I wanted to do. That's when I heard a knock on the door. At first I didn't open it, knowing opening it the door to strangers wasn't safe, but the loud banging got louder and more frantic. So I opened the door. No one was there except a box, and I thought it was a cloaked figure with red chains running away. Huh? What's this? Nope. Probably just me imagining things. Get back in the house, this instant, you stupid girl! Screamed my stepmother, startled me. I grabbed the box and went to my house. I placed the box in my room later, not wanting to deal with it now. I went downstairs to eat my breakfast, my stepmother looking angrily at me, which made my waffle experience unpleasant. After I got dressed once again, I stared at the box, and it looked at my jewelry. It was very pretty, but I didn't like the jewelry, unless if it was chokers. Curious, I opened the box, immediately felt happiness. Puzzle pieces! Shut up! Screamed my stepmother. Saying nothing else, I got down with the puzzle, and I had a total of 2,200 pieces. And it was quite easy. When I went to get glue, I noticed that I could fit in my hands into the puzzle. Was this a portal of some sort? I backed away. I didn't want to go in that dimension. Not today. Go in. You're our only hope, and you must save us, said some voices. No thanks, I said, not wanting to do it. Please, they said, just begging me to keep them in. Still hesitant, I still asked some questions. Do I have a choice? Will it be quick? Is it dangerous? Will I have fun saving you guys? Will I get a These, just get in, they screamed. I saw a huge hand grab me and drag me into the puzzle, and then slam me onto the ground. After being in pain for a few minutes, I sat up, confused on what happened, and I looked around, wondering where I was. The world around me was Pesescio-like. Everything was mismatched and mosaic. I didn't like any of this. I wasn't comfortable with being here. I pinched myself, seeing if it was a dream, but to my horror, it wasn't. What the heck was that for? Y'all didn't answer my questions. No, you don't have a choice. It might be quick. It could be dangerous. You might have some fun saving us. And your prize? Well, happiness knowing you'll free us. Who's us? And why am I the only one who could save you? Can't you find someone else? We are the souls of the ones that got lost in the impossible puzzle. You were the first to complete it, and that's why you're chosen one. So you're saying you guys can't do a jigsaw puzzle that's only 200 pieces? That is very easy, I said, smirking and realizing that these guys were playing kinda dumb. You don't understand. The puzzle pieces you all will never fit. You seem to have found a way. Then I remembered something off about the puzzle. All the pieces were pretty much the same shape. Somehow I managed to fit all of them together. They were tight, they were right, but I was the one able to figure it out. I apologized for my refusal, and in return, they accepted my apology. Now let's see those fragments over here. Let's see if you can put them back together. I went to the fragments and got to work. Once again, it wasn't easy, and it started to glow and fuse together. It turned back into a pink crystal sword. You'd think I'd be surprised? but that was just I was disappointed. You do know that guns are more effective, right? What even am I even fighting here? There's even no one here except you guys. You'll see in a moment. Wait, what? Gurgling noises were heard, and something emerging out of the ground. It was a demon. A horned purple demon. Now I see why I was given a sword. It attacked me, so I fought back by impaling him in its chest, and then it died, and turned into dust. That was close. Oh man, is there more of them? I proceeded to fight more of them, getting more purple blood all over my sword. I was having fun doing this. No more were approaching, so I assumed I was done. But then I found a mirror. You must finish the job. Fight your worst enemy. A mirror? But breaking a mirror is bad luck. No, the monster's in it. Hey, hey, hey. Sure, I hate myself, but not that much. At least not anymore, at least. The monster in the mirror then takes the form of a new victim. Oh, my reflection moved, and its eyes were red as blood, and it came out of the mirror and attacked me. She was very strong. It was impossible to fight her back. I wanted to give up, but I knew I had to keep going. I attacked her, and when I hit her, I felt her pain. I didn't want to kill her, thinking that if she died, I would die, having no other choice. I finished her off. I felt so bad I fell to the ground and screamed. You did it! We are free! What? What did I win? Death! We fooled you! You fell right into our trap. You are really a stupid girl. I should have known you would pull something like this. I wanted to fight the ghosts, but I was too weak, and I was a goner. Soon I was going to die in this world, but I would never see my family again. Would I ever hear creepypastas again? I never want to do puzzles again. I closed my eyes, accepting my fate. But then unexpectedly happened. I heard a voice familiar said, "This is the last time you claim a soul, not possessing anything that you possessed me." I even heard a scream, "No!" and then slashing, then silence. You alright? They can't hurt you anymore. Dark, I opened my eyes and saw him, and the only one but the doc offer. Yes, I need your help in defeating them so I can give you the puzzle. You did an amazing job. You can go home now. What about you? I have to stay, unfortunately. Alright, I left, not knowing where the exit was. I sat on the rock and gave up trying to leave. Wake up, it's time for cake and presents. Said who? Wakey, wakey, Jay. I startled, sat up. In my room, my dad next to me. Oh, that was just some dream. Okay, please come downstairs. Wait a minute. Where did that puzzle come from? I stared at it where I passed out, and there was a puzzle. Oh, a friend gave it to me. Oh, okay. It seems like it was hard work. You fell asleep after you finished it. Yeah. I ate my cake and opened my presents. My birthday was great. However, to this day, I wonder if my experience was even real. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't, but who really cares? All I know is that I'm writing down on what happened right now. Is this story over? No, there's more, but I'm not sure how to put it into words. Not now. I haven't even finished the puzzle yet. It refuses to let me finish. Nothing fits. I'll figure it out someday. But for now, I'm signing off. And that, my little pretties, was the Jigsaw puzzle. A creepypasta written by Jocelyn Morning. Jocelyn Morning, I want to thank you so much for writing this story. Thank you for this story. This was awesome. I really do appreciate you writing this story for me. So, my final thoughts on this story. Well, to be completely honest, I really do enjoy this story. This is actually a really well-made creepypasta. Well, I could say that this one wasn't really too exactly spooky. Well, it kind of had a creepypasta. Well, it did have kind of a scary feel, and it did have a creepypasta feel to it. But, you know, this is actually one of the best original creepypastas that I've seen involving puzzles. Like, there's no cliches. Well, there's only a few cliches in there, like the blood. There was only a bit of blood. There was some demons, which I'll be getting to the demons in a bit. But other than that, there was like little to no cliches in this story. And that's a very good thing because, you know, nowadays, if I'm correct, almost every creepypasta is sounding the same. That, I have no idea why that's the case. I don't know. But nowadays, creepypastas are literally sounding the same all the time. And that's something I'm not too sure. It's like, why did they sit there and do this? Well, I honestly have no idea. But creepypastas nowadays are like sounding the same. But this one, This one didn't go into cliche territory, well, except for the demon part, which I'll be getting to that in a little bit, but I could definitely say that. So the grammar was decently done. I'm definitely going to be honest now. The grammar was decently done. It's not perfect, but it did a pretty good job with the whole, making sure everything flows well. And the sentence structure was pretty decently done as well. Although it's not perfect, but it's still pretty well done. Same with the grammar, which I will get to that in a bit too. So, I do like the concept itself. Like, it's not involving, a lost episode or anything like that, which is a good thing. I can really sure use a break, but not really too long of a break, but you know what I mean. Alright, now, what did I exactly think of this story? Well, I found this story to be rather interesting, well done, well made, and I actually found this one to be pretty interesting. With the concept itself being interesting, well made, I could definitely say that this story actually plays out very well with the protagonist. The protagonist basically does puzzles for fun. I haven't done any puzzles in a long time. Like, sometimes I might do one, maybe just for fun, or maybe if I'm bored, which it has happened to everyone. We all, do something that we never really do too much anymore because, we have phones and computers and stuff like that. So, with that being said, sometimes we do puzzles, and this is actually one of the best not lost episode creepypasta, but a regular creepypasta that didn't have a whole crap ton of cliches. Not like most creepypastas tend to do nowadays, which is definitely something I'm gonna definitely say that right now. So I could definitely say that this story was awesome. So if I could say a few things I didn't like about it, that would have to be one of them being the demons that were in it. Now, I can understand, that this is not like this is not a lost episode pasta, but the demon cliche, I could definitely say it's been overused. Like, when it comes to these creepypastas, the demon cliche was overused, and that's actually one of the cliches that I have seen. I've seen some other cliches, but cliches nowadays are just cliches in general. But the demon cliche, I really feel that it didn't really exactly work too well in the story. So that was the reason why I wasn't really that big of a fan on this story. Now, don't get me wrong, this story actually played out well, but this story with all of its own self is just not that great. Well, it's not bad or anything. It's good, but it could be a little better. Now, what I could say that what could make the story a little better is maybe if there was like a different sort of concept to it. Like, instead of sitting there and, no, just throwing, random demon cliche like in the book, if you're going to incorporate a demon, at least make sure that it works well with your story. That's definitely an advice for anybody who makes pastas that involve demons. Make sure it fits pretty good with your story. Because if it doesn't work out with your story that well, change it up if you have to. Or make it seem like you're trying to make sure it works. I could definitely say that this person did try with the demon cliche, but it didn't work out as good as I was hoping it would be. So, another thing I could definitely say that I wasn't really too crazy on would have to be, well, I'm just going to say the grammar was decent. Same thing with the sentence structuring. But there are a few things with it. Like, one thing I could definitely say was the grammar was not very much of a problem. Although I did stutter because there were a couple of grammatical errors in there. So, the grammatical errors could be fixed up. And the story would be a lot better. Well, will be better, at least more readable. Now, I know there were a few run-on sentences in the story. So, that was actually one of the reasons why the story was kind of a bit difficult for me to read, because there were parts of the story that needed to be separated. And, I could definitely say there were a couple of places that lacked the proper punctuation. So I could definitely say, so I definitely have to say this right now, and like always I'm just gonna say this right now, that, with all due sincerity, with the demon cliche in question working out well, I'm definitely gonna have to say this right here, right now, is that To be completely and utterly honest with all of you guys, the demon cliche wasn't really that necessary, but if you're gonna use a demon cliche in the story, you gotta make sure it works well with your story. And if it doesn't work with your story, it just doesn't make your story scary. I'm just saying that right now. But another thing I could definitely say, and I was getting off topic, but is the grammar. Now, I will admit that the grammar was actually not terrible, not like most creepypastas tend to make it nowadays. So that's a plus. That's a plus that the grammar didn't go all over the place or look really really silly, not like most creepypasta stories tend to do nowadays. But I could definitely say the grammatical errors could be fixed up, and then that way the story would be a lot more easier to read. The sentence structuring, however, there were a couple of run-on sentences in it, and there was even lack of proper punctuation marks at certain parts of the story. So that was kind of why the story was a bit difficult for me to read. So that was why I was struggling, a bit with the story. But other than that, the story was actually really interesting and really amazing, to be completely honest. I really have to say, this story actually fit out well. Now, I definitely would have to say, if I had to say one thing that I wasn't really too crazy on, that would have to be, how it all went out. So I could definitely say this story was a little bit difficult for me to read. So I could definitely say that the story just needs a little bit of polishing up, and then that way the story would, fit out well with the whole concept and everything like that. So I know this is like a long review, but I'm trying to my best to, make it more explainable. So if you put it, I know Google Docs could fix this, but here's the thing. The grammatical errors could be fixed up, and same with the punctuation errors, and the sentence structure needs to be fixed up. But other than that, the story was actually a really well made creepypasta. Just going to say that right now. So anyways, like I'm going to say right now, and I can always continue to say, this is simply my own personal opinion, and if you disagree with me, that's fine too. We're all entitled to our own opinions regards to these creepypastas, and this is simply my own personal thoughts. My final rating of this story, I'm going to give this one an 8 out of 10. I'm giving it an 8 out of 10 because it was really well made, it was interesting, but the only problem I did have was the demon cliches that were in this story, and the grammatical errors and punctuation errors were in this story as well. So the grammatical errors and the punctuation errors need to be fixed up, and well, not all of them needs to be fixed up, but some of the errors I did spot does need to be fixed up a bit. But other than that, the story was actually really well made. It was interesting. It was really freaky, I could definitely say. But, I definitely have to say, it's pretty freaky if you ask me. So that's actually one of the reasons why I like this story, and that's why it's getting an 8 out of 10. So, with that being said, what did you guys think about this story or creepypasta? Did you all enjoy it? Did you not? Also, what we have done personally to help make this story a lot better? Leave me know your thoughts down in the comments section down below. I'm the Queen of Lions. Thank you so much for watching today's episode. And if you're brand new here to this channel, be sure to like, comment, subscribe because I make brand new videos every single day. Don't forget to ring the notification bell to when I upload so then you guys will not miss an upload. And as always, please roll the outro because I'm out of here. And I'll be catching you all in the next video. So peace out, everyone. And I'll be seeing you all next time. And as always, please roll the outro because I'm out.